$5,000, $10,000, $15,000, $20,000. Viewers continue to get big money from big rent, utilities, and food across the board. But the question is, when and how soon would the big money coming from the federal government supplement that as well? You can get both. You shouldn't sit around for the second one. Why? Because it's going to get delayed. In this video, I'm going to go over the big money you can get for rent, utilities, and food across the board. It's a lot of state stimulus. It's thousands and thousands of dollars. It's not a $300 check. It's not a $600 check. It's more than Mitch wants to give you for some lobster. And it's available for you right now, not 5 weeks from now, not 5 months from now. And it's so exciting, I want you to get it. And this is Purple. Hey, good afternoon, everybody. It's Afternoons at LALATE, and this is Purple, in which I go over the big money that's available for you for rent, utilities, and food, and existing things like mortgage assistance as well. It's exciting across the board. If you've not subscribed, please do, because I'm fighting to get you money right now, not 5 weeks from now, not 5 months from now, and not 5 years from now, and that ultimately, the second stimulus package that was passed on Sunday last week provides for rent, but it's not coming in 5 days from now. This is. So please subscribe. Also like this video. In this video, I'll go over routing times, receiving times, and how much money you can get and how you reach out to the volunteers to get their assistance, and why the volunteers see a drop-off of people looking for this great money at a time in which they really need to be getting the money. And with that, let's get to the breaking news. The breaking news as you sit here today is that the volunteers are separated from YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. And generally we get about 50 people a day asking them for assistance on getting this free rent, utilities, food, and additional items. And lately have said that they've only gotten one viewer a day reaching out to them. No bueno. Why is this happening? It seems to be happening that some people started receiving the $600 stimulus check and said, I'm fine. My FBUC is going to be on time, and then I'm going to get UI, and then I'm going to get rent, because the second stimulus package provides rent. I'll just wait for that. Oh no, that's not good. That's no bueno. Why? Because the FPUC is going to be delayed. It's going to be delayed a few weeks, or could be about a month. You're going to see a financial bind potentially because unemployment benefits may not come on time. They're not going to lapse. You're not going to be cheated out of weeks, but they may not come on time. And imagine with no unemployment benefits what your bills may look like. That's why you need this recording, Purple. It's free money for utilities, food, and rent across the board, and it's available right now. It doesn't matter if you're on SSI or SSDI. Doesn't matter if you're working or not working. Doesn't matter if you're ahead on the rent or behind on the rent. Doesn't matter if you're old or young, and doesn't matter if the rent is $400 a month or $900 a month. You can get it. It's simple as this. Now, the contrast to what I'm about to deliver to you is the second stimulus's rent assistance. That is very restrictive. That's only for low-income families. That's only for someone who made $49,000 or less 2019 earnings. So you see the contrast. What I'm referring to is rent that's available for you now. If you're just having problems paying your rent bill, I'm having problems with my rent, I need rent assistance. I'm having problems with my utilities, I need utility assistance. Under the second stimulus package that's coming in a few weeks, you need to be low income to qualify. Not under this one, you just need assistance. The key words is rent assistance, food assistance, utility assistance. As simple as that. I'm having problems paying my bill because of COVID. So what do you go, and what do you do, and where do you look? You start with the state. State Housing Authority, state agencies. Then you look at the county housing authority or county agencies. And then you go to the city housing authority or city agency. It's not difficult. It's easy. Make a few phone calls, go on their website, go on the websites. For example, Broward County, Palm Beach, West Palm, Miami-Dade, Orange. They have it right on there. They say, hi, you need rent assistance? Apply right here. County of St. Louis, City of Atlanta, Harrisburg, PA, Nashville, Tennessee. It's very simple. State of New York, the entire state of New York has a rent stimulus now. DeKalb and Gwinnett in Georgia. It's very, 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 very simple. But if your county doesn't have anything, then look to the city. The city doesn't have anything and your state doesn't have anything, then you've exhausted the 3 different options. So then what do? You look to the nonprofits. The nonprofits are paying rent across the board, across the country. And again, this is not rent for restrictive situations like the second stimulus package coming in a few weeks. This is more broad, so you have better chance of eligibility. In fact, I have very few viewers that ever tell me I'm just not eligible. In fact, the vast majority, I've never seen a situation where a viewer did not qualify for anything in their state. Let's just say we're doing pretty good on the numbers. So what is the average rent they get? They get about 3 to 12 months of rent. The average is about 6 months of rent. They get about $5,000, $7,000, $8,000 average of rent. And what are the organizations they reach out to? They reach out to a lot of different ones. But let me give you some of the nationals. They're paying rent in a lot of different jurisdictions. They are Catholic Charities, St. Vincent de Paul, United Way, Community Action, and more. There you go. United Way, Salvation Army, Community Action, Catholic Charities, Salvation Army, and St. Vincent de Paul. There you go. Now, when you start with those national nonprofits, you may go through and you're like, okay, is there any other ideas you have? Well, yeah, I do. So get ready and get a pen out and let's get ready to rock and roll. In Texas, viewers have gotten rent from St. Mary Magdalene. In Kentucky, they've gotten rent paid from Community Ministries. In New Jersey, they got rent paid from United Way. In Ohio, they got rent paid from Community Action. If this is a lot of information and I'm going too fast for you, you can stop the video, replay it back, and play it forward because I know there's a lot of information in this video. If you're in Massachusetts, rent got paid by Interfaith Social Services. In Phoenix, rent got paid from TCDC. Alabama, 211, Delaware, 10,000. Texas, a lot of places in Texas got paid from Catholic Charities. California got paid from Catholic Charities as well. And Mississippi, viewers got rent from Mercy House, Home Saver, and Salvation Army. Also MSHDA, Eviction Diversion. In Rhode Island, they got rent paid by Crossroads and also by Housing Authority. In Indiana from 211, in Las Vegas from Clark County Services, Kentucky from Community Action for utilities, Pennsylvania from United Way, New York from One Shot, Arizona from New Leaf, Georgia from United Way, Nebraska from United Way, Mortgage Help from 877 Get Hope, and Dallas, Texas from cityofdallas.com. And then state stimulus checks are coming out across the board. Some have already arrived, some are still pending, some are still being battled. When I say pending, it's generally because the state governor is battling with their state legislature. Some of them that have been pending have been New Hampshire, Rhode Island, Connecticut, Massachusetts, New York, New Jersey, Virginia, and Delaware, also Pennsylvania. But state stimulus checks have been paid by Maine, $600, Colorado, $375, New Mexico, $1,200, Oregon, $500, North Carolina, $335, Houston, $1,200, Austin, $2,000, Orange, $1,000, Jacksonville, $1,000, Orange, $1,200, Nome, Alaska, Escambia County, Fort Worth, Texas, and Gadsden County. Meantime, a viewer yesterday said, hey, I got a state stimulus check in Washington from the governor. So things just happening all over the place. Very, very, very exciting. So why am I bringing this up again right now? This is why I'm bringing it up. And this is sort of, this is the kumbaya moment of the video. The kumbaya moment is that the stimulus check, the $600, may have landed in your bank account now. And you're like, oh, thank goodness I got the $600 check. Or it's coming. You're like, oh, great, I finally got it. I don't want you to sit down and not get what I just went over, the rent and utilities and food. Why? Because FPUC, UI, and PUA is going to be delayed. It's going to be delayed at least a week, or a few weeks, or a month, or even longer than that. And imagine how that's going to be a strain on your bills if that happens. Imagine not having your unemployment benefits and you got happy because you got a $600 stimulus check and you just stopped. And you're like, oh, but LA told me to go get free rent and free utilities and free food. Yes. There's another issue at point, which is that when you have a stimulus check, it's automatic. And people like the automaticness of just getting money. And then when I tell you, go get this money from rent and utilities, you're like, but I got to make a phone call. I don't want to make a phone call. I just want to get money. Ultimately, this is thousands of dollars. And if you got to make a phone call to the unemployment department saying, where the hell is my FPC? It's better that you make a phone call for this one and get this money right now. Volunteers of this channel who generally did about 50 situations a day, 50 viewers a day, reaching out to each volunteer every day, have dropped down to 1 viewer a day. And this is as the viewership of this channel is going through the roof. So as more viewers are tuning into videos, the number of people reaching out to volunteers has plummeted. No bueno. That means that people are becoming too relaxed with a $600 stimulus check and are not looking into this money. Now, here's another reason you want to look into this money. Because the big money that's coming from the federal government for rent, utilities, and food, second stimulus, is going to be delayed. The money first has to land in the states, and then it has to go from the states to the county, and then it has to go from the county to the city. Do you see how long that is? It's just at least a month. And then after it's in the city, then the city has to set up an agency and say, hi, come and apply. Here we are, come and apply. Wait, I have to fill out an application. Yeah, give us a copy of your lease. We're going to review the application, then we'll get back to you. Does it feel like I'm describing a 2-month ordeal or 3-month ordeal? Yeah, it should, because it will be. It's going to be a 2-month ordeal before you see any rent money under the second stimulus package. There's no way that people are going to see rent in the month of January from the second stimulus package, unless it's a state that's just really lickety-split. So if you need rent money, why are you waiting around 2 months under the second stimulus package when you can get this in 5 days approximately? Moreover, this does not have the restricted qualities of the second stimulus package. Second stimulus package only pays rent and utilities generally to low-income families. That's about $49,000, 2019 earnings or less. So why not get this now? Also, the important thing to understand is that you can get this now and then also get the rent in the future as so needed. I had some viewers who have been watching this video, which is now in its about 3rd or 4th week. They got rent, $14,000, $15,000 in November, and that rent was 3 or 6 months. Okay, so December, January, February. Guess what? Does it sound familiar? It does. They got rent from Purple from this series to cover them to February, and by the time that the states have the money for the rent program, you're at February. There you go. That's how you get 2 types of money for the same purpose, just different periods of time. One is now, and one is the other one coming up. Finally, viewers often hear the word state stimulus check. Oh, Lord. They say, when is the state stimulus check coming? Go get rent. But when's the state stimulus check? Go get rent. But rent is thousands and thousands of dollars. It is not an anomaly that viewers of this channel have gotten $5, $10, $15, $20,000. It's not a rare occurrence. It's an often occurrence, $5,000, $10,000. Because again, 6 months of rent for a family of 4. It's a lot of money. Why would you sit back and look for a $200 stimulus check coming from the state of, wherever? It pales in comparison. Get the big money when the big money's available. And then if the state stimulus check comes out, then you'll get the state stimulus check automatically. But the rent, you need to get right now. Coming up next is more of Afternoons at LALATE. I'm so glad you joined me. If you're not subscribed, please go to the front channel, subscribe. Also like this video. As always, stay informed, stay smiling, and stay at LALATE for more.